Hi, welcome to this video. Today it's day 18 and I would like to share with you a special topic that happened to me a few days ago, and I kind of had this realization yesterday evening, and this morning it gets even better. And this topic, it's actually about feedback and how to deal with feedback, negative feedback maybe. And I think this is why I want to share with you, because as a coach, we also get feedback from our clients, from our coaches, from maybe our mentor. And how do we deal with these feedbacks? And I think the first thing is that it's really important how we communicate with ourselves. And I realize that how important it is to even control my emotions. Like when it happened, right? When the feedback comes my way or came my way, how did you feel, or how did you react to it? What is the first thing that you would say that this is like the normal reaction that you have? Like for me, it was actually, I felt the emotion and I felt that something was cooking in me. In German, we would say it was cooking in me, and something was boiling up, and I noticed something that I kind of had to protect myself. My brain was saying, protect yourself, it's dangerous, and this is your enemy. And it was kind of funny because to see that, or to see the conversation in you happening while you're getting this feedback. And what I did was I could control my emotions. Of course, I didn't show any anger, or I didn't show any emotions, what I felt, right? I was kind of like, yeah, okay, thank you. I think this is the first thing that is really important, is to learn to control our emotions. And I think this is coming from meditation, actually, because meditation teach me to control my mind, and also it expands the window between, or yes, like the gap between how, what you think and what you react, and how you react when something came your way, and then you suddenly feel something, and before you react to it, you have like a window or a gap where you can I think it's kind of like 5 seconds or something, where you can decide yourself like how you're going to react to it. And I'm so 100% sure that for me it's coming from meditation. I learned to really calm down really quickly when something happened. Nothing really shocks me, because I kind of have this very low pulse as well. Like I taught myself to be very calm, even though it's dangerous. It's something is happening and I don't really expect it. I can stay calm, and this is really coming from meditation. But it's not about meditation today, so it's about communication with myself. So I noticed that communication starts, and what I did is I wrote it down, and I went home and thought about it, reflected. And I was not reflecting it by myself. I think it really helps when we go and talk with our loved ones, who we really trust, and who we trust that they are really not going to hurt us. They are honest to us and not going to lie. That's really important, that you have someone where you can really trust, and you know that they are not going to manipulate you or they don't want to hurt you. So I went and talked to my partner about it, and it kind of like really helped, even though I was feeling so down and sad about it, hurt. I could still talk about it. And the reason I want to mention this, why it's important to talk about this with your loved ones, is that you kind of like have to reflect yourself and kind of like have to formulate this into a sentence, into something that people can grab and analyze it. And I had to like think, okay, what is it actually? Where does it come from, and what is it actually? Like, if I have to really be honest with myself. And this is the third thing I want to give you as a tip. When you realize something and you reflecting something, you have to be brutally honest to yourself. Really honest. And this requires us to think deep and know our values, know our self-image. And self-image is so important as well, because if I hadn't had this self-image of me and I don't have the values, I think I would lose myself in that feedback loop. And because I have this self-image and this who was saying, or this feedback that was giving to me, it didn't match my self-image and didn't match my values. So I was like thinking, okay, this is not true, or this is true. So it could be true or not true. And this is what I asked myself in the beginning. Is it true? I'm talking to myself, right? Like, Gigi, think again, reflect. Is it true that what he or she is saying? And then when you're honest and you're saying, okay, it's true. Yes, it's true. Then the next thing I do is I'm grateful. I am grateful. I decide to be grateful for that feedback because it helps me to reflect. It's a mirror that shows me how I am from people from the outside, how people look at me. And this is a blind spot, right? We all have blind spots that we don't see. And therefore we need people who can be your boss, your teacher, your mentor, your parents, your friends. Not everything I'm not saying that everything they are saying is true. That's why you have to know yourself better than the other people. And if you know yourself better than the other people, then nothing that they are saying can hurt you or can influence you or can change you. Because I believe that we can decide when a feedback comes our way, we can decide if this is true for us and if we're gonna get this feedback and keep it to ourselves, or we can say, okay, thanks for sharing, but this is not true. I'm not gonna get this feedback. I'm not gonna receive this feedback. It's like a present, right? If you receive a present and you don't like this, you can give it back. You don't have to keep it. And this is how I think about feedback as well. Like, if the feedback is given to me, I can deny it. I can say no, thank you, or I can say, oh, that's interesting, cool, thanks. I be grateful for the feedback because it's the mirror that you need to improve, to get better at what we are working on, right? And if you are like a person who likes to improve, That's perfect. That's that's exactly what we need. We need feedback from other people. And the moment I realized that this feedback I should be grateful for, because now I know where I have to work on and I know what I have to do. I kind of like think about a strategy. How can I even be more structured? How can I even be more focused? Because I have this shiny object syndrome, and I jump from one topic to another topic really quickly because I get bored easily. And that is some of my, I would say, some of my negative attributes, or some of my negative character, or yeah, let's say habit. And I know I have to work on it. And I was honest, right? And this is like the steps that we have to think about, like how would we deal, or would we handle this feedback? Like, how are you handling it right now? And think of it like, is it now, is it the not the perfect, but is it a strategy that can help you to get along with the feedback, to not be angry at someone and be stubborn, but turning it into a proactive approach, like proactive thing, and change yourself, change myself, thinking about a strategy to even be better, more focused. And this is, I think I want you to think about how you deal with feedback right now. And can you control your emotions? If not, what could you do to control your emotions? Would meditation help? Or would something else help? I know a lot of people, or I know people, for example, my partner. So even when we get feedback, we don't have to react right away. Some people keep it into their heart, and then they are reflecting it, and sometimes they find a ventil to get the negative feelings back, or negative emotions out first. And when the negative emotions are gone, then you can be rational and think rationally, what is happening right now? What does the person say, and is it true? You can analyze it rationally. So this is important, that you know how you deal with feedbacks. And as coaches, as influencers, as YouTubers, we get so much feedback every day. And if we're not finding a strategy how we can be resilient, how we can handle it, then it's going to be really, really hard for you and I to go out there to the world and share our values, right? Not everyone is going to understand what we are saying. Not everyone is going to be okay with what we're saying, with what we are, how we are thinking, what we are teaching. So we need to be really resilient. We need to have a crocodile skin, but not stubborn. It's important to understand that crocodile skin doesn't mean that you're stubborn. Of course, we get this feedback and reflect and try and find a strategy to be better. And this is what I want to share with you today. It took me so many videos to summarize this, to get this into one shot video. And I hope this video helped you somehow to kind of like think and analyze and reflect yourself how you're handling feedbacks right now, and how you want to handle it in the future maybe. And there are lots of strategies, lots of ventils that you can use to control your emotions. And yeah, I hope this video has helped you. If you like this video, I would really be happy to see a thumb up. Otherwise, yeah, hit the subscribe button if you're like for the first time here, and follow me on this journey. Let's grow together. And yeah, that's it. See you on the next video. Bye.